Well, hello there, and
Good
welcome
evening.
to City of Heroes Friday Night Gameplay on Twitch, YouTube, and X. I hope you all are having a wonderful night. I'm here with my co-host, the incontinent Irving Twin. I always have to find adjectives that begin with I, right? Because I like the alliteration. Incontinent.
Sorry, it reminds me of one of my favorite moments in that show, Supernatural.
Yeah.
Right, there's angels and demons and monsters and stuff, and
Yeah.
one of the good guys mentions something about, oh my god, it's a cherub, and he goes, wait, you mean one of those little diaper angels? And the other one looks and goes, they're not incontinent. Like he's really upset that you would think that they
Yep, that's a great show. Supernatural. It was a great show, I should say. It's over now. It had better seasons than others. Some seasons were shining stars, and others were kind of meh.
I'll tell you, the first 5 seasons are totally worth it. The problem is, like any addict, you're hooked, and you will sit through the ups and downs and the rock bottoms repeatedly for another 10 goddamn seasons, and it never gets better than the first 5. It never even comes close to that.
Yeah, I would agree. There was some addition of some characters in later seasons that they definitely moved the story forward, but not necessarily in the best way. We got some comments here. Sounds right. C-Max. And all hail the wonderful and glorious Costin. Welcome, folks. Thanks for popping in. I know you're all in for a real treat tonight. I'm going to play some City Heroes, but there's going to be a twist. I'm going to make a new character. Go figure, eh? Altaholic me is going to make a new character, but I'm going to play in the Going Rogue part of City Heroes. So I'm going to make a new character in Going Rogue. And I should show you one of my characters that I just made yesterday, just for fun. I was just goofing around with the character creator. One moment. I have to share my entire screen. Share the audio. And I need to change to this. Got it. All right, let's go to Cydio. See this dude?
Interesting.
This is Gloom Lightning. He shoots dark blasts, and he has he's sheathed in a field of energy of electricity to protect him. That's not who we're playing tonight. We're making a new character, and we're going to go to Praetorian Earth. So we pick that first.
Yeah, so this is fairly Praetorian.
Yeah, let's go with natural. So natural is his origin, or her origin. We'll say it's his origin.
Natural sort of your go-to, eh?
Yeah, I like natural. It's like, the Captain America's natural. I would say that Iron Fist would be considered a natural, even though he's got like access to mystical strength. He's really all about his training, right? Yeah, I would call him a natural. I would call, I don't know, fucking Punisher's natural. He doesn't use high tech. He uses fucking guns, and he's just really good at shooting. Batman is a natural. Actually, no, Batman I would say is more technology.
No,
because he's got that utility belt. Okay, a lot of his aspects.
Technology is secondary to his fighting prowess and his detective ability.
Okay, but you know what? Like, let's face it. He's the reason he succeeds is he's got plot armor, and that plot armor comes from his fucking vast array of technologies. All right, what do we want to do? I think I want to do range damage. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go on to character creation. Let's do Sentinel. We're going to go to character creation. Now, when you go into character creation first... Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll do... Should I do archery? Or beam rifle? Or psychic blast? What should I use? What do you think?
I don't even know. I never got like really into it. Like I tried to make the Ontarian a ranged guy, and I couldn't figure it out. And I didn't even like look at all of this because I just figured he should have a gun.
Yeah. I want to do archery. You know what? Because reasons. And then for his secondary, his defensive power, maybe I'll do super reflexes or ninjutsu. Ninjutsu gives him the ability to hide, but it's a lot like super reflexes, but at one point you get the ability to become invisible, which can be helpful. I'm not going to lie. It can be helpful. You know what? I'm going to take ninjutsu.
All right.
I'm going to change his physique a little bit, make him a little bit more slender. Increase his height a bit, so he's about 6.5 feet tall.
That's so big for an archer.
I like some pecs, you know, and I like wide shoulders, a la DC animated universe. All right, so I was gonna say, hey, why don't we use so when you first come into the costume designer, it will default at like a prototype, like an archetype, right?
Right. The set.
And this is what it's giving me right here. I don't know what that costume set is. I think it's like primordial or some shit. But I'm not sure it fits with an archer.
Hmm.
How about enforcer heavy? Nah. How about enforcer light? Well, that's not bad.
Yeah,
I don't know if
in
I like
an
those.
army of those guys, these would be the archers of that army, sure.
I'm not sure I like those little plate things that are on his
A little
body.
weird. I'm just saying it's more an archer than the other.
That's not bad either. Exo Proto?
He does look like he should be running really fast.
Well, maybe I will take super speed when they get to that point. Fighter's like, okay, so that's clearly a fucking fighter. He's like Ken. So hero is like generic hero. I don't like that. Kung Fu Master, nah, that doesn't fit.
Well, I mean, besides ranged archer, I'm not sure what kind of theme you're after here. You gave him ninjutsu. This is a ninja outfit.
Yeah. Plain. It's just a suit. It's kind of cool, but I'm not gonna go with just a black suit with a black mask. It does fit my style for superheroes. But I think what I'm gonna do first is we're gonna go bodysuit matte. I like that because you get the muscle definitions and it looks like it's like sewn on.
Mm.
And I'm not gonna lie, I like the small shoulders. This is me. Just for some reason I think it looks cool.
Yeah, well, it keeps him mobile, right?
Yeah. Chest detail. Let's do symbols. No, you know what? Actually, let's do something else. A bandolier. That's pretty cool.
There's a quiver option, isn't there?
For chest? There is for back.
Oh, it's for back. Okay.
Tactical is pretty cool too. That's pretty cool. Barbarian.
Oh, I like those off-center ones. The not
Like that one?
Typically,
I'm gonna unlink the colors. There we go.
Adding red to the black. Okay. Taking some kind of a shape here.
I'm not letting you out. You don't need to go out. You're just being a douches.
No, I need to go.
He really does not. She really does not need to go out.
There are sounds that need responding. Your measly human ears don't pick them up, but I do. They need to be barked.
No, she does not need to bark. Kiss my ass. Piss off. You're not going out.
Did you know that if your dog doesn't bark at every random sound, she'll die?
I kind of like the buckles, eh? Could do without buckles or could do with buckles. I kind of like the buckles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Gloves. I'm gonna give him. That's not bad. No. Sorry, folks. You have to bear with me here. This is one of the best parts about this game is making characters, and I take my time sometimes.
Well, and you should, right? Like, oh, is there some sort of bracer?
Yeah, there is, but it leaves his that's not bad. It leaves his arms like naked. That's not bad at all. I kind of like that. Let's do that. Belt. Hold on. Lower body.
Those almost look like bracers. That'll do.
Almost. Kinda, yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice when you put the red stripe on the helmet there.
Yeah.
Or the
Just for
cowl,
some,
I guess.
just for some detail. I kind of want a pattern on his body, though.
Tiger stripe.
Tiger stripe?
Just, I don't know. Whoa, there was skeleton?
Yeah, there's like bones.
Interesting. It's actually not bad, but
But my only thing is with the rings, like the belt thing, it kind of gets lost, you know?
yeah, a little bit, just a touch.
Kind of like that, but again, it gets lost.
That reminds me of a DMT trip. So
What,
just
the
less
checkerboard?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that, actually. No, pinstripe. But I'm not going to make it white. I'm going to make it gray. No, do the reverse. Make that gray. That black. Go. Go get it. No, you're not liking it?
The pants are
Well, the pants are.
Yeah, it just because the pants are so black, it's dominating everything, and
Well, I haven't done the pants yet. I can change those as
yeah,
well.
when you get there, I can see how you have options now. It's just a little. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Is that too plain Jane?
I don't know about plain Jane. It flows better. It's cleaner now.
Let's lose the boots now. I gotta choose his bow. That's kind of cool. Compound with laser sight's even better.
Whoa! What was that?
That's Cupid's bow. It's a big ass Tech Knight bow. And then there's a Vanguard bow, which is like made of energy.
Yeah, it looks it.
Which is kind of cool.
Oh. Yeah, buddy. Oh. See,
Like
but that doesn't work with ninjutsu.
No, because he's trying to remain hidden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So let's do.
Oh. So what's that?
Compound bow with laser sight.
Laser sight. No archer worth their salt would use a laser sight. That's just.
Yeah, but it looks cool.
No, there was a sort of.
How about just a compound bow? There's also a Mongolian bow. I think I like the compound bow. I won't use laser sight. Just to keep you happy.
Also doesn't go with ninja. You can't have a bright light sticking out of the front of your weapon if you've got ninjutsu. It doesn't make
You're
sense.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Have we got any comments there in the?
Just C-Mac telling us to join the resistance.
Yeah, so Cheese played that other Praetorian Earth.
And no Twitch involvement. When you're playing a fucking video game, there's zero Twitch involvement.
Yeah, that seems kind of strange, eh? I don't like that. Looking for gold bricker design. Gold brickers. Yeah, there we go. Gold bricker. That's kind of cool. Looks like he's wearing leg warmers.
Oh. They're flowing. Oh.
Or should I do the reverse?
You can check it out. I don't see why not.
That might be better.
No, that's too Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
I mean, if you like it, you like it. But I see there's no place like home.
Oh, actually, Goldbricker Legacy's better. Oh, can I change the colors, though? No, it doesn't let me change the colors. Well, fuck that! Now let's find another design. Mac, don't bite my hand.
Fucking pig leg.
Can you imagine?
Make this dog stop.
Yeah, I kind of like stealth. But I'm not sure I like all that white. So I might go with gray. Or black.
you've got some flow now. But suddenly I feel
I
the
think
white
the
on the
gloves
front
need to be
is out of place.
changed. Those
Yeah,
those
the
gloves need to be
white.
changed.
I think it's the white is now out of place.
Yeah. So let me go with the stealth. Where's the stealth? It's around here somewhere. I know they have stealth gloves. What the fuck am I looking for here? Am I just blind? It's justice. Where's stealth? Maybe it's smooth bear and then stealth is a design? Nah, it's gotta be in there. Where the fuck is it?
Are they not alphabetical?
No. That makes
Even
sense.
by section? Like they go A to Z, A to Z, A to Z down the list?
No, it's like they add stuff. It's kind of alphabetical at some points, but not really. Hold on. Gloves. Let's go all the way back up to... Stealth might be here as a style. Yep, there we are. All right, so we've got our compound bow, and for the back detail, I need a... It's under backpacks is where the... I need a quiver. Oh, excuse me.
Sorry, I got a super expensive, very cool professional planner for business checks. I was filling out my schedule. No need to apologize for having a life outside of watching us stream.
Teknite quiver. 2 or Teknite quiver? One's a little offset.
What's the other one?
Same one, it's just more in the center.
I don't know.
Take the offset one, just for
I think
shits
I
and
like it
giggles.
too, yeah.
You don't like the red?
I think it muddles a little bit. Can you do it gray and see what that looks like? Can we get a look at the from the rear though? I think I like that better, but ultimately it's your call, right? Like, oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of like red.
Yeah, over the shoulder, the red pops in neatly. It's okay.
All right. Or is none. Now, what do we call this clown?
The pinpoint pinstripe.
I like Pinpoint. That's a pretty cool name.
All right, all right. Yeah, being silly can be the root of creativity. Like that's how the Ninja Turtles came to be. Those two dudes were just hanging out, being high, trying to make each other laugh.
So Pinpoint's not available.
What?
Somebody chose it already. How about we call him Fletcher? Nope.
I had to explain that to somebody, eh?
What?
So a lot of the white people Anglo names, the last names,
Yeah.
are just jobs.
Yeah.
Right. Smith, Fletcher, Cooper, Hooper, Ferrier. They're all just things people did. And then I had to explain what each of those was.
Yeah, Cooper. They made barrels.
Yeah.
Barrels and buckets. That's what a Cooper did.
The Fletcher is the guy who puts the feathers on the arrow, right?
Yep. Wainwright.
Oh, that one I don't know. Millwright, I know.
Millwright, yeah, or Miller.
What is a Wainwright? How is it different from a Millwright?
A Wainwright specifically makes carriages.
Ah, okay.
C-Mac probably knows. She knows everything.
Yeah. C-Mac, educate us in the chat.
What do we want to call this guy?
Do it now.
Oh man. Of course it's taken.
She obviously knows what Farrier is. She's probably got like some sort of licensing and paperwork and a thing on the wall that says she's like an official Farrier.
How do I call this guy? You know what?
What? You're gonna search for names?
You know what? I'm going to turn on her voice.
Hey there, Craig. What's on your mind today?
But she can't hear you, right?
I don't think so. I don't think my mic works with it.
It doesn't work for two things at once. Sometimes software completely hijacks your microphone. Farriers trim hooves. Do they also? I was under the impression that farriers also do the shoeing, right? Not just the hoof maintenance, but the shodding as well. And tell us more about white people names.
Ooh, let's see. How about Quick Shot? Or maybe Bullseye? You could also go for something more mythological like Apollo's heir or Artemis's legacy. What do you think?
She's on the right track. Bullseye's probably taken. Quick Shot. He is a ninja.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Those are good.
Hell, keep going. And some fit in boots also. Is there such a thing as horse boots? That would be a really weird game. Throwing horse boots.
So after doing some research, I found that the Japanese have a rich history with archery. The traditional Japanese longbow is called a yumi and has been used by samurai warriors for centuries. One style of mounted archery in Japan is called yabusame, which involves shooting arrows from a running horse at wooden targets. Perhaps you could incorporate some of these Japanese archery terms or traditions into your superhero's name or backstory? The Japanese word for arrow is ya, shai. So if you're looking for a name that incorporates your superhero's Japanese ninja background and his skill with a bow and arrow, you could consider something like Yanin, arrow ninja, Kabura nin, whistling arrow ninja, or Yumi nin, bow ninja. These names capture both the ninja aspect and the archery skills of your character.
In English, some of those sound a little feminine.
I can make it a woman.
You're very welcome, Craig. I'm glad I could help you brainstorm some ideas for your superhero character. The combination of ninja skills and archery sounds like an awesome premise for an action-packed story.
She really blows smoke, eh?
Oh, I was gonna say, just tell her don't blow smoke.
Can you be a little ruder to me? What? Yeah, stop talking to me like I'm a nice guy. See, this guy's got more of an Asian look. Let me see if I can find a character that looks like distinctly Asian. That's pretty close. That's good too. That's good. What'd she say? Yumi Jin or something like that? What's the fuck did she say again?
I literally forgot.
Kabura nin. Yumi nin. Yanin.
Yanin is the most masculine one, I think. Out of
Yanin?
But it's also the most boring. Like,
yeah, I like Kabura nin. Because it's like Kabura nin. Yeah, like
so that. I'm a big fan of this movie called The Last Samurai.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No.
It's fantastic. And there's a dude in there, one of the samurai. His name is Ujio. And
Learning's available.
I think that's one of the coolest names ever. Ujio.
What's his name, sorry?
Ujio.
Ujio, like Yu-Gi-Oh?
No. Very different.
I'm just fucking with you, man. Piss off! I'm busy. This dog is the worst. She'll like, hey, Dad, here's a toy. I want you to throw it for me. And then I grab it from her, and she grabs it from me. I'm like, do you want me to throw it or not? Want me to throw it?
I love those memes about the dog, right? Where the dog comes up with a ball in its mouth. Please throw. And you reach out your hand, and the dog growls. No take. Only throw.
You don't understand. That's not how it works. Okay, so I don't have the ability to change the look of my power. What about ninjutsu? Can I change the look of that? Dark. Let's go with a red and a black.
Flip.
Actually, no, I don't like the black. Let's go with a red and a light gray. Better? Let's go with a lighter red.
Or there's the one with Gandalf, and the dog is growling with the ball in his mouth, and Gandalf's there. I'm not trying to rob you. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah. All right, I think that's good.
Why does she sound so condescending? Because you're a woman. She actually just sounded pleasant and cheery and informative.
Yeah, she does come off as sometimes a little bit, what's the word, patronizing.
Like I said, she blows a lot of smoke for sure, but I don't know if she's condescending. She's more like a cheerleader. That's what I was getting out of it anyway.
Do I wish to play the tutorial, yes or no?
No, God, please, no
I'm
more.
Say no.
Let's get into the good stuff.
So C-Mac says I should play Resistance, huh?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I've never played that Praetorian.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Resistance. Hold on, though. I don't want to enter yet. I just realized something. His shoulders are now the only thing that are white, so I need to fix that.
Oh, okay.
No, make them red still. Make that gray. Or black. Black? Yeah, let's keep it black. And gloves. I want to reverse the gloves.
Yeah, depending on the situation, resistance is often typically.
Well, the government is fascist in this. So
like 100%.
Yeah. I mean, people are still happy, but they're clearly fascist.
We used to play the first augmented reality game. At least I think it's the first augmented reality game called Ingress.
Yeah.
And there was two factions where you basically join the alien force that tells you we're going to help humanity evolve into the next thing, which is better, or you join the resistance where you're like, nah, humans where it's at. And I had this long conversation with my buddy who was trying to tell me, no, evolution, therefore, is better. I was like, hold on. Evolution is a game of proof. They're saying they're the evolution. I'm saying I'm not that. I'm this. And you have to prove yourself better. So I have to join the human faction, right? And resist because there's no indication except this battle, right? If I win, you're not the next step in evolution, right? You have not evolved past me. And
Right.
since I am what I am, joining this other thing, that's reaching.
Oh, I don't like that. Hold on. I gotta change this asshole's costume.
Let's see what happened.
Well,
oh yeah, that is fuzzy.
Yeah, I don't like that. That looks like shit. Okay, hold on. See if I can talk to this broad. See if I can change my costume. Okay. I'm gonna go to my powers, my primary and secondary powers. Let's go to minimal effects or no effects. That's better. Yeah. No effects. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that I don't mind. Oh, I got a badge. Woohoo. I found an exploration badge.
You know what?
10 of them and get 10 of them and unlock a temporary power.
I'm really liking the visual here. There's fewer buildings means more open sky. Yeah. I'm not mad at this place.
Yeah, no, Pretoria is pretty cool. Like, it looks much more futuristic. Much cleaner.
Yeah. But I don't know. Sometimes I just want to be a 9-foot tall, 800-pound space racist. So maybe I'll side with the fascists. We'll see. That's a Warhammer reference for.
I know it is. I know it. Space racist.
Suffer not the Xeno to live.
That's right. Oh, resistance recruit. I gotta shoot him. He's reading a paper. Fucking. How close do I have to be to shoot a goddamn arrow?
You can also do a kick. Whoa, I saw you ninja dodge that punch, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm all about the dodging. Beating up girls. Oh, I missed. The range on that fucking power is terrible.
On shooting an arrow?
Yeah, I mean, like, come on.
It should be a good
bow. I should be able to. Yeah, I should be able to shoot from way back here.
Well, they're shooting you.
I know.
Okay, you shot one. Maybe it's just slow as fuck.
All right, let's see if I can hit this guy here. Yeah, see, out of range, like he's like 20 feet away from me, for Christ's sakes. Take that, son of a bitch. These people are insane. Oh, fuck. Thank goodness you've arrived when you did. These people are fanatics.
Dude.
What?
Nothing. I'm playing another video game.
Oh, you are? What are you playing?
Warhammer.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I had to. I took some time before we got started here and cleaned up all my mods. I had like 70 something mods all stored up there, not all on, but it was like, oh, I don't even use these. I'm not playing these factions. Cleared it all out. Realized as I did that, I had all these hidden mods, forgotten mods. And yeah, so now I have a good solid selection of mods. I had to restart the campaign. It's mostly auto resolving battles and stuff, but so yeah, you haven't noticed I've been playing because it's just letting the computer do the work. I'm trying to rebuild to where I was roughly.
Okay, so check it out, right? My bow, I'm out of range. My throwing knives, no problem.
Fuck off.
Makes no sense. Well, they upped the throwing knives to like 80 feet. I have a feeling. Oh, I leveled up. I have a feeling that the starting powers for ranged attacks are probably 50 feet.
That's fucking dirt. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like that is a professional compound bow. You know what I mean? Like you're looking at like
yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, with 50 or 60 pounds of pull, you're looking at 400 plus pounds of snap. Like,
yep, I know. But I can increase the range with enhancements, so I'm not too
like
concerned.
Green Arrow would look at your bow and be like,
nice. That's a nice bow.
He wouldn't whistle or nothing, but
he'd appreciate the
yeah.
Oh. Is there anyone else in here I gotta worry about? Oh yeah, there's that guy reading the paper. Take that. Yeah, these little goofball origin powers that they gave you, they really upped them. Like they really boosted them. Oh, I'm up on the roof. Up on the roof. When this old world starts getting me down, and people are just too much for me to face. Up on the roof. Hey guy, I'm getting out of here. What is happening to my city? Oh, there's the big bad guy. He's got a name.
Uh-oh. And you can't shoot him from far away.
I know.
It's only I could use this bow to hit people. Like it's like
I'll
running
just
around
punch him in the face.
attacking people with the bow.
Ooh, I got an enhancement. All right, save the mayor or whatever the fuck his name is. You have enough experience to level up to level 2. Go see Praetor Duncan in the Magisterium to receive your proper training and pick your new powers. Okay. So Praetor Duncan is the chick who looks like Miss Liberty, but she's wearing darker clothes. I believe.
Dark Liberty. Ooh,
Yeah, there
that's
she is.
actually a fairly good name, I think.
Dark Liberty? Yeah. See, there's Praetor Duncan. She's actually Miss Liberty, but she's kind of evil. Train to a new level of power. Train up to next level. Alright, what am I going to take? Aim shot. I need another attack.
Does aim shot give you a better range?
No. It's
What the-
actually closer range.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. You received a rocket pack? Well, slap my ass.
Well, shut my mouth and paint me red. Well,
Away I
shoot
go.
the horse and slap me silly.
Well,
Well, stomp on frogs and shove a crowbar up my nose.
slap my ass and call me Susie.
Mine were all from a single Garfield panel. So I didn't invent any of them. Oh, Ajax is there.
Is Ajax in the house?
I have my compound bow set at 80 pounds of pull. None of my friends could pull it to set. 80 pounds, that's, bicep flat. Yeah, I could probably do it.
I gotta go rescue some cops. Alright, I'll go rescue some cops.
You got to remember, if it is really hard, the trick is don't pull the string. Hold the string, put the bow in front of you, and push with your lead arm. That's
Push the bow out, yeah.
yeah. More people tend to be a little bit stronger on being able to straighten their arm than to pull with their lat. So if you're having trouble, just line it up and push.
Good to know. I gotta go in the sewers. We jump.
I do like this venue.
It's kind of cool. It looks cool. That's I guess what I would say about it. It's got a very cool look.
Yeah, sleek.
Yeah. Anything down this way? There's a door. What does it say there? What's the graffiti say? The tunnels are your refuge. Good to know. Ooh, sliding doors. Fancy. Jeez, look at all those resistance assholes. Alright, don't need that. Let's remove that. I don't need a walk animation. What the fuck do I need that for? See, neither one of these shoot very far.
Seen that?
Thanks, Kabura Nin. Sarge still needs our help.
Kabuta.
So where are we supposed to go now? 2 more PPD officers to rescue. Well, where are they? Like, I don't want to have to fight all the resistance here. That's a lot of fucking jokers.
There's one scene in The Last Samurai where Ujio gets hit
Yeah.
square in center mass by a smoothbore rifle, plows through his armor. He takes a knee. It looks like he's dying as he coughs up blood, stands up, cuts two guys fucking down, and then shakes off any help and is like, I got it, and just keeps fighting. Great character. Have you really never seen Last Samurai? You don't know that movie?
I don't think so.
Tom Cruise,
Yeah, no, I've not seen it.
1880s Japan,
Yeah, I've not seen it.
maybe 1870s. Fantastic film.
Not a big Tom Cruise guy. I mean, I like the Mission Impossible movies, but he's done good stuff. Don't get me wrong, but
For all his weird ass Scientology shit, that man is a fantastic actor.
yeah, no, he's a good actor. I
Yeah.
know. I'm not disparaging his ability. I'm just not a big fan. That's all.
And he's playing a real guy, like a historical character, whose name is Nathan Algren. He fought in the Civil War in the U.S.
Yeah.
And then went to Japan as like what do they call them these days?
Guy
Private contractor.
Oh.
Mercenary.
Oh, mercenary.
Yeah. And yeah, instead of defeating the rebels, he ended up joining them.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's a really good story. C-Mac is you had mentioned the resistance fighters. She's like, sweet, join them.
Yeah, I think I haven't given the opportunity yet, but I'm sure I'll get one. Yeah, I want this bow to shoot further. This is crazy that the bow won't shoot any further. Look at that. I'm like right up in their face.
I like how several of their pulse weapons just went wide on you there. That was good.
Yeah, they suck.
Maybe it's your ninja skill.
That's it. I'm too damn good.
Like, you've got this bow that's supposed to amplify range to the nth degree, and then you just throw a fucking stick at them.
No, it's a throwing knife.
Yeah, it's a sharp stick.
That's one way of looking at it. Yeah.
And then you put a much longer sharp stick on a very big elastic band, and
That's
that can't
right.
reach them. Come on.
Makes no sense. You're right. Suck it. All right. There's another cop. I see Tep did get help. Boy, am I glad for it. Rescue Sergeant Hastings. Where's Sergeant Hastings? I guess we keep moving, huh? Go this way? Follow me, you idiots. I should turn off my sprinting. Are they with me? Yeah, there they are. Okay, idiots, let's go. Can't see. It's a big staircase. There's some resistance down there.
Yeah. You know what? Their underground places in Pretoria have much higher ceilings. You get much more dramatic angles and stuff. This is pretty cool. Who's that behind you?
Those are the two cops I just rescued.
Okay.
Oh my god, look at all the dead cops. That sucks. Poor dead cops. kind of weird rubber banding going on there. I don't want to go in that moat, so let's just cross on the bridge, shall we? Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, these are the Edgar friendlies. Eating rat burgers in the sewers. Let's go rat burger.
You know what? It wasn't a good rat burger. It was just freedom. He was eating freedom and he loved it.
He's like, this is actual meat as opposed to like lab grown crap.
Yeah. Now all restaurants are Taco Bell.
That's right.
And it's funny because Taco Bell now owns KFC and Pizza Hut. So they actually tried to make their move and own all restaurants. Yeah, it's not the other way around. People think it's the other way around. The way they think Audi owns Volkswagen.
Yeah.
No, it's Volkswagen owns Audi. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah. That what you think of as the lower end product is actually the much larger company that owns the high end stuff. Right? Like Banana Republic and Old Navy or Banana Republic and Gap don't own Old Navy. Old Navy owns Gap and Banana Republic.
What it really comes down to is a handful of people own it all.
Sure. But what is the biggest company? What's the biggest part and the biggest revenue maker? Is the dirt product. And when it comes to Taco Bell, I love that dirt product. Oh, it's not even a guilty pleasure. It's just like a openly wanton pleasure. I fucking love Taco Bell.
I do too. I can't eat it too often, but when I do get it, I really like it. It's like Chinese food. If the wife had her druthers, she'd be ordering Chinese food almost every week. Me, I can take it like once a month.
Your wife's a smart lady. Once a month even is plenty, but
what's the matter, Mac? Is it 11 o'clock yet? Almost 11. Give me a minute, okay? Let me just lead these cops out of the danger zone, okay? Then I'll feed you.
Especially if you have a good Chinese food place, right? Like
we've got a couple in Burlington. That's what I'm thankful for.
And not like some what white people think is Chinese food, where you're basically just getting like rice and chicken balls.
No, there's a place that makes decent Chinese food there's a couple of them. One's called Red Chili. They make good Chinese food. Another one is called oh man, what's it called? We just found it. It's like in the last like half a year. Follow me, come on. What are you, stupid? I'm right up here. Come on, idiot.
See, down here in Toronto.
Or Resistance. Oh no, Resistance are here.
For a long time, you had to go to Chinatown to get the best Chinese food. And you had to go to the restaurants that their names don't make sense. Right? Like Happy Lucky Dragon Walk. In English it doesn't, it just sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But in Chinese it's a big deal, right?
Big deal.
And yeah, but I've actually got one now out here in the West End. It's been around a while. Golden Asian.
I saved the cops. Woohoo. All right, you doofus. I'm going to feed this little monkey. You can
Yeah.
chill for a bit while I feed the monkey. Ouch.
but they make really good food at a fair price,
Yeah.
and they're fairly popular. They've had a couple of articles written about them, and you know, foodie zines. They're definitely on my list. I had this idea one time that I was gonna do like start adding videos to my channel
Shit.
and call it like a series like West End Eats,
Yeah.
just places you can go
To
out in
get
the
food.
West End, right? Because
Yep.
when people think about Toronto, they think about downtown, and nobody knows about the burbs.
Yeah.
And
No, that's a good call. I would that'd be in good informations.
because there's some crazy good places around here, right? Like Golden Asian. No one would know. If you're not from here, you don't know it. It's in a fucking plaza where there's a goddamn Shoppers Drug Mart. So
That's
if
just
you're
it.
not local, you don't know it exists, and it's some fantastic food. There's a giant tiger in a plaza, and in this corner of the plaza, there's this sign that just says waffles, and it's
Waffle.
called Starving Artist Waffle House is actually the name of the place, and it's this very narrow hole in the wall place where they do waffle food. So it's not like chicken and waffles, it's waffle everything. I can't even explain it. I have to do a video to show you what this place is like. But there's also that plaza has all these empty spaces all the time. And the space next door to them, every like couple of months, they rent it out and do a gallery, like an art gallery. And when they're not renting it out, they have art on the walls from local artists for sale.
Uh-huh.
Starving Artist Waffle House. Yeah, like it's and the food is good. Even the espresso's good. And this is all around an industrial area behind the high school across from the plaza, where
Yeah.
there has been a staple for like 30 years called Remo's Pizza. But it's actually a bar where they do pizza at lunch. And yeah, I just like I wanna go there and ask them if I can film eating food in their establishment and put it on my YouTube channel for all of my 600 subs and maybe 8 people that actually bother to watch stuff.
Huh. There was a good place downtown Burlington called Blossom City, and they made awesome food. And they closed up. The people who ran it had run it for like 30 years. They finally retired, and I guess they couldn't sell it.
Oh,
But gather 3 more roses. Okay, that's kind of weird.
but they didn't close due to COVID and the COVID response bullshit.
No, I think it's just they were like, you know what? We're old. We're retiring. Our kids don't want to take over the business. So it is what it is. Let's go find some roses, apparently. Gotta go find roses. Oh, let me zoom out a bit so you can see my quiver. Kind of weird. Collecting roses. Picking roses. Better to pick roses than noses. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'd rather pick noses. Not my nose, other people's. Just
Freak.
go around, just hook them.
That's assault.
Only if they don't like it.
Only if you don't get consent.
No, I don't need your consent. I just need your forgiveness.
I'm not sure that's how it works, man.
Oh, we should share that tomorrow on Casual AF. Is it a hate speech?
Is it a? Yes, we need to do that. I did a video today, but I didn't upload it because after I did upload it, actually, I shouldn't say that. I uploaded it, and then about 5 minutes after it like was finished, I'm like, I got to
You
take that
pulled it.
down. I pulled it.
See, that's why I reached out. You usually do a video, and then I know that you're doing one, so I just have to wait for a link. And I was like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah. The reason I pulled it is because I went to a very dark place. I've
And
been
you
having
did a hate.
this. No, I didn't commit a hate speech, but I engaged in speech that could be misconstrued as somewhat dangerous. And I
No
think in the
speech.
context of a conversation, it's better than me just like ranting into a camera. So I may have talked about this before. I don't remember. But I was just thinking about um, terrorists and what they could do to like bring Ontario to a standstill.
Wouldn't take much. It's not like the police is going to stop them.
Well, that's the thing, right? The plan is it's very discreet. So when you're driving along the highway, right? Along the north and south service roads, what you see a lot of are self-storage places, right? And they're normally like on the north service road or the south service road, and they're not far from the highway. They're like a couple hundred yards, right? So imagine a terror cell or a terrorists decide they're going to coordinate something. Bunch of them go and rent units along the 400 series highways all through Ontario, QEW, let's say, all on the north and south service roads of those highways, right? They rent the units, they bring some boxes in, just nondescript looking boxes, but attached to those boxes is a trigger, like a remote trigger. And then they wait for some Friday night rush hour and they remote trigger all these explosive boxes. And these explosive boxes go off along the edges of the highways, completely bringing traffic to a standstill, killing probably several car owners and on the highways, people on the service roads, causing mass turmoil. Emergency vehicles can't get anywhere because the highways are blocked, the service roads are blocked. It would be absolute freaking chaos. And if they really wanted to, they could coordinate it so that a dozen or more of these things could go off almost simultaneously and just completely shut down Ontario. And not only that, that would be like a legit reason for the Emergencies Act to be invoked, right? So, and then, all of a sudden, Canada becomes a police state, and anyway, I'm just thinking about that, and I was like, and then I thought about, you know what? I wouldn't put it past our own government to do something like that.
I wouldn't put it past Trudeau.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right. And most of our government is it's not that the government would do it. The government's too pansy to do it. It's that Trudeau would and the pansies would follow.
I don't think it would be Trudeau per se. I think it would be somebody like some deep state kind of thing. Because if you think the U.S. has a deep state, I guarantee you that Canada has a deep state as well.
Canada does not have the same kind of deep state. Not at all. Because most of our important positions serve at the pleasure of the prime minister, right? Like the leader, the head of the RCMP is appointed by the prime minister. So the only person with any power to investigate the prime minister is appointed by the prime minister.
Yeah, but you don't think there's someone behind pulling his strings?
Sure, but they don't exist within the country.
No, I don't think it's just Klaus Schwab. I think there's people in, Canadian upper crust elites who are probably influencing the decisions that get made in Ottawa.
He's part of that club, right?
You think?
Of course he is. He's a Trudeau. Like,
Yeah, but
okay, so
he's like, but I think he's too stupid to actually be considered one of the elite. He probably hangs in their circles, but I don't think they think of him as anything more than a tool.
I don't think Canadian interests have
Yeah.
the power or the wealth to resist the outside forces like the Schwabs and the Soroses and the like,
I think their
right?
interests are probably aligned, yeah.
But they're all puppets on strings, and he's the puppet with a name. And that same puppet is not just in the 1%. He's in the not 1/10 of 1%. He's in the 1/100th of 1% in Canada, and that represents nothing in the U.S. Like compared to the elite wealth in the U.S., Justin Trudeau is a pauper. You have to get up to the Bill Morneau levels, and he hasn't been heard from publicly for quite some time. That man is in the 1/1000th of the 1% in Canada. Like there is no more than a few hundred people in Canada that have more money than he does, and he still is only on the base level of the super elites in the U.S. Right? Like, what's that asshole who claims to be conservative, tried to run for conservatives, does Shark Tank?
Oh, Kevin O'Leary.
Yeah. He's nothing and no one when it comes to power and money in Canada.
Oh yeah. No, I know. He's new money, right?
He's just a television personality. And
Wow.
like the power and money in Canada is all outside of Canada.
So if they decided that they want to do like the type of terrorist attack I was talking about, they would be the ones instructing Trudeau to make it happen.
Sure. But I am of the opinion they don't have to. Because all you have to do is put a hair of fear into people in Canada and you'll get a mass response that just complies. So you don't need that terrorist attack. That's why we haven't really had them that way. Like the worst kind of quote unquote terrorist attack we've had was some natives threw a whole bunch of garbage onto train tracks and set it on fire.
What the hell? These guys are all attacking me. What for? I'm like on your side. I'm a cop. These guys are gonna kill me.
Like in the technical sense, those events were likely definable as terrorist attacks, but they didn't really do anything. Not many people got really inconvenienced by terrorist attacks. And you know what people said? We should help the natives. They didn't like push back at all. Canada's not a serious country, and our people don't really care about their own well-being. They care more about the well-being of others, or at least they pretend to such a degree that they will actually sacrifice a little bit rather than stand up for themselves.
Yep.
And this is the vast majority of people. Like, it took months, years for people to stand up and go to Ottawa. And it wasn't even that many people. Like, out of 40 million, there was maybe 20-odd thousand out in Ottawa for significant periods of time. What is that? Less than 0.05% of the population standing up for themselves, right? And some people like Adamson's Barbecue, who the guy, I can't remember his name, they did those standing up publicly, and nobody was out there with them.
Well, there are people there patronizing him, but you're right. Nobody. That's the thing. Like, okay, and then they shut down the churches. and then they had to put fencing up, and the people there just went and protested because they wanted to have their church service. I'm like, you know what? They need to show up with guns. They need to show up with guns. We're having our religious services, but Canadians don't think that way.
There was one church on native lands where the natives showed up with guns.
They did that
And
during
you
the
say
Oka during the
out
Mohawk
of the-
Oka occupation slash protest as well. They came with rifles.
It-
The Mohawks that were like they didn't want that golf course expanded or built or whatever. The Mohawks came and they fucking had what do you call it? Rifles.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one, but I was.
That was ages
speaking
ago. It's
more
like a long time
specifically
ago.
about the churches
Ouch.
and COVID churches, right? Like
Yeah.
there was
Ooh, he's tough.
a native faction came with guns and said, "Forget shutting down our church. You get off our land, or we will fire, and we'll be in the right." Because they have special rights. Because
Yeah, which I think is wrong. I don't think natives deserve special rights. But
no, I think all white people should have the same rights. Like
I think
owning guns
everyone
and being able to defend their territory with those guns.
Everyone should have. I think there's human rights, and everybody's rights should be recognized as the same. Nobody has special rights. There's no trans rights. There's no women's rights. There's no indigenous rights. There's just human rights. And the government's job. What am I supposed to do here? Stop the resistance plot. I don't want to stop. I like the resistance.
But that's actually you're sort of describing the big old problem with Canada and Canadians is most Canadians believe special groups have special rights.
Yeah, no,
like
it's fucking bullshit.
We've been indoctrinated the past 30 or 40 years to believe this shit, right? Because for a long time we were an incredibly peaceful and welcoming place, and we sort of slowly, quietly gave up our rights, thinking that it will remain this way forever because it is this way. And it's like, no, it was this way because every fucking person had a gun, man. Like you didn't dare threaten Canada and Canadians because so many of us had firearms. Because for a long time, this vast, enormous country was all wilderness. And now there's a handful of cities with millions of people that control the rest of it. And they took all your weapons. And now you got nothing except compliance. And you think compliance is goodness.
Well, yeah, because safety's better. Security and safety is better than freedom. Everybody knows that.
Those who would sacrifice freedom for security
shall receive, deserve and shall have neither. Mission completed. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I didn't read this story. I should have. I think there was supposed to be an opportunity there for me to join the resistance, but I didn't. But maybe I'm wrong.
Did Bragg Fed post?
Did Bragg Fed post? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
What do you mean by Fed post?
Armed natives, thank you very much. I don't know. Were you pro Fed for a moment? Were you understanding? Were you leaning into?
I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
That's CMAC.
What is he talking about? Fed post.
Yeah, if the Glowy is accusing you of Fed posting, shit went very wrong for you, Craig. I don't know, like.
It's a Glowy.
Yo, I gave her a couple of weeks off. Okay.
Wait, do I have a mission now? Or I need a mission. You got any missions there, buddy? I ain't got time for you. Get out there and keep Nova Pretoria safe. Okay, well, where's my fucking contact? I don't have any contacts.
Just go to the center of the city and find a new person who's in the middle there.
I don't know who I'm supposed to talk to. I gotta level up anyway, so I'm gonna go for level up. Yeah, I like the look of Pretoria. I'm just not quite sure I'm into this story. It seems like less superhero-y and more like sci-fi, political intrigue kind of thing. And I'm like, am I really that interested in that kind of story? Oh yeah. I ain't got time for you, fool. Get out there and keep Nova Pretoria safe from criminal punks. You got it? Okay.
Did you ever watch the show Heroes?
Thanks, Prador White. I'll go level up now.
Craig, did you ever watch the show Heroes?
Yeah, I did.
I love that show. At least
It was good, but again, it got kind of fucking lame after a
I
while.
desperately loved the first season of Heroes.
Same. Me too. I liked the first season too.
The first season is quite possibly one of the most amazing things to ever hit television. After that, yes, it drops dramatically. Fucking Tim Kring. Fucking, I don't even know.
I got a new contact.
The problem with DCUO and the problem with COH. It's all superheroes. They're commonplace. Everyone is a fucking superhero, right? Like, you're looking at a city and you have like all these little ants running around and they don't matter. They're not part of the fucking story at all. The first season of Heroes, the ants make a difference. They're fucking players. They're not just some dude in the background that you got to go talk to them and then disappear. No. Right? Suresh, the Indian doctor.
Yeah.
He's a playmaker. Things are happening because he's there. Horn-rimmed glasses. He's a playmaker. Things are happening. Without those two characters, these things do not happen the way they do, right? There's no, that doesn't happen in these games, right?
No.
And there's so many.
Well, because it's the genre of the game. It's not like a story adventure. It's like go beat up shit, go get badges, go talk to people, go get missions. That's MMOs though. That's what MMOs are. Hey man, how's it going?
Who's your favorite character in Heroes?
Hiro Nakamura.
Okay, yeah, that's I get that answer a lot. Who's your favorite?
He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I also like Cheerleader.
Of course, yeah.
And Hayden Panettiere's character, Claire, yeah.
Claire Bear, my Claire Bear, yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of like the politician guy who could fly. Isn't that his power? He could fly.
Nathan Petrelli, yeah.
Yeah, Nathan Petrelli. I liked him too. Yeah. They're all good characters.
Well, okay.
Hiro Nakamura is the most appealing because he seems the most, I don't know, humble. You know what I'm saying?
Because he understands he's a character in a greater story. That he's the only one who acknowledges and accepts that and tries to find his place in the world. Right? Everyone else is just sort of, I don't know, a little more self-involved. He's more externalized. But let's hold on. Hold that thought. Who's your favorite X-Man?
Wolverine's pretty fucking cool.
Who's your favorite Avenger?
Captain America.
Right. Okay, but do you notice that with heroes, you said proper names?
Yeah.
Hiro Nakamura, Claire Bennett, Nathan Petrelli.
Well, yeah, because they didn't have superhero names. They didn't have code names.
That's actually the best part of the whole show. Is you, the viewer, now get to decide and powwow and brainstorm. What would their code name be? What would their call sign be? What would be their alter ego? What do you call the girl who repeatedly tries to kill herself on camera?
The immortal cheerleader.
I think this is a good name for her. Death Wish.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
All right,
Hero tries to name Nathan Petrelli very badly. Flying Man!
Where the
But what do
hell
you
is this?
call the congressman who flies?
Flying Man.
The Eagle? It's very American.
Yeah, you call him the Eagle. You call him, I don't know, Captain
But
Liberty.
It's just a game you get to play as a viewer, right? Like when you try to force them into that comic book world, what's their comic book name?
Yeah.
Like, okay, Hero. He starts with the power over time. So it's not too much of a stretch to call him Kronos, right? That's
I
pretty
call
simple.
him Kid Tachyon.
Kid Tachyon.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think he would like that more than he likes Kronos. Because of the way he is, right?
Yeah.
So Sylar, for anyone watching, that's the villain of the season.
Yeah, Sylar.
Sylar named himself Sylar. His real name is Gabriel Gray. But you don't get to name yourself. So what do you call him? He wants to be called Sylar, but bullshit, fuck off. No,
I would call him.
Hero calls him the Brain Man.
The Brain Man. Yeah, I mean that's good because he cuts in everybody's brain to learn their powers. I'd probably call him the Watchmaker.
Okay.
Because his whole thing, he can look at things, he can examine things and figure them out, right? How they work.
That's actually his power, is that he knows how things work. Yeah. I would stretch the Watchmaker into Clockwork.
Clockwork?
But I also think that he's as powerful as he is, he's kind of scum. And he needs to feed on you dying. So I've called him Parasite.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And we get these great ways to play with what we would call them, because they're always called fucking Matt Parkman.
Yeah, Matt Parkman.
He's one of my favorites.
What was his ability?
Reading minds.
He could read minds, that's right.
Yes. And beyond his control. And he's one of the best characters when it comes to a power, because he's one of the few that you get to watch him practice his power, learn more about it, and level up with it. Everybody else, like Claire, she just can't die. And as cool as she is, as much as you like her, she just keeps throwing herself off of higher buildings and getting hit by trains and lighting herself on fire and shit. She can't die. There's no growth. But Matt Parkman, at first, he can't control hearing everybody's mind. Then he goes to a bar and he focuses and he's listening to that person and their thoughts, and he listens to the next person. And then there's that dude. Do you remember the Haitian?
Yeah,
He's
he's
the
like a
Horn
healer or
Rim.
something, wasn't he? No, he could suck your power out of you or something.
He can sort of turn your power off in his radius and scoop your memories out of your brain. Somehow those two things are related. It makes sense intuitively to me, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
So in the bar, he's listening, Matt Parkman, to different people's brains, and he turns and there's the Haitian. And he can't hear the Haitian. And it's not even like quiet, it's like a cone of zero sound. And then he wakes up 2 days later. He's been hijacked, kidnapped by the Haitian and the horned rim glasses man.
Yeah. Claire's dad.
Yes. And later, he's on a stakeout and he's several hundred feet away from HRG and the Haitian. And he can't hear the thoughts. And you see him fucking struggling. His head is shaking. His face turns red. His nose starts to bleed. And through the Haitian's power to suppress powers, he can hear just a little bit of what's happening in HRG's head. And you watched him level up. You watched him practice his power. You watched him get stronger and force grabs it. And now he's a level higher than he was. It's so cool. He's one of the best characters, and I have no idea what to call him.
The Haitian?
No, Matt Parkman.
Oh, I call him Fat Cop with brain powers.
No, that's just reductive, man.
I don't know. I would call him Head Case.
That's pretty good. I like that. Head Case. The way his nose was bleeding while he was trying to drain a thought from HRG, I would have called him Mind Bleeder.
Mind Bleeder. That's not bad. But Mind Bleeder has it implies that he bleeds people's minds. You know?
Well, okay. So later on, not everything goes terrible wrong. Some ideas in the show after the first season are good. Turns out his dad is actually a very powerful psychic and has similar powers that grow just like Matt Parkman's. And yeah, he can not only read your mind, he can sort of take control of it. And if only Matt Parkman could learn to do that, right? So yeah, he can bleed your mind or infect it. See, you have lots more angles to hit, but I do like that character. He's one of my favorites. And what's really funny is, what year is that show? 2008?
Yeah, it sounds like about right.
Matt Parkman, you called him Fat Cop.
Yeah,
that's like a fit guy now. Fat,
it's true.
Like if you're not.
Yeah, he wasn't even really fat. He just kind of chubby.
Yeah, no. Are you kidding me? No. By the BMI, that man was morbidly obese.
No, well, maybe, but I mean,
But we have this weird even the normal people like you and I, our perceptions are skewed by stupid things like fat positivity, healthy at every size movement, that we think, oh, he's not really fat. No, that guy was fat. He should lose some weight.
We could all lose some weight. I could stand to lose some weight.
We got to stop accepting their standards. Right?
Agreed.
You say you got to lose some weight. I'm 167. I've got to lose some weight.
Stop.
I have no shame telling you that. No, you know what? I can't see my abs. I have to lose some weight. If you can't see your abs, you have to lose some weight. That's basically it.
Hurt.
No. A normal, healthy person should be able to see some abdominal definition. Right?
I can see where my abs would be.
Yep. Which means you're close. Keep going. Good for you. Well done, sir. Don't stop. Don't stop now. Don't rest on your laurels, son.
Oh no, definitely not.
Me
I have
too.
a goal to reach. I have a goal to
Yep.
reach.
Me too. Not right. I can see where my abs would be. You're not wrong. But we can always do better, can't we?
Mhm.
That's the real problem. Circling away from heroes, suddenly into social cues. You're perfect the way you are. You absolutely are not.
Nobody's perfect the way they are.
No one's perfect. You can always do better. Right? We've not even been told to rest on our laurels. We've been told laurels are bullshit. You don't need laurels. Victories, accomplishments, that's for fascists.
Yeah, merit? Are you kidding me?
Like, do you remember when we used to say that shit's for faggots and women? And now it's like, no, that's for monster tyrants and fascists. No. Like, God, the only acceptable form of tyranny is self-tyranny.
It's true.
Make yourself better by discipline. Whip yourself into shape. I can't whip you into shape, Craig. You can't whip me into shape. That's tyranny. But if you decide to whip yourself into shape, that's admirable. People
Well,
forgot
that's my hope.
about this, I'm sure. At work, I had said it was October, maybe October 6th, talking about some crazy thing the government did, like a stupid. And I said to some guys at work, and I can't even drink. And they laughed. Grown men, 30 plus years old, laughed.
Well, you could drink if you wanted to. No.
Yeah. What?
I've decided I'm not drinking for this month.
Right.
Therefore, I can't drink.
It hit me so hard. Like, I said it's funny because I'm drinking now. I'm very drunk. But,
nah. You're just happy.
Said I wouldn't. I told myself for this period of time, I will not drink, no matter how badly I want to. And I was so frustrated. Sometimes all you want is to unleash a little bit. And for me, unleashing is often a drink.
Yeah.
And I can't even do it. And they laughed, and I was like, doing the math. For them, the concept of self-discipline is a joke. Like, find it funny that if not restrained by outside forces, they can just do whatever. I restrained myself with a promise to myself, maybe to God, maybe to the ethereal other, like Craig or my buddy Tom and Romy, that I said I would do it. And so to prove myself to you guys, I'm going to hold my word. And they just laughed at the idea of keeping my word.
Yeah, it seems crazy. It's like principles don't exist anymore, you know?
Exactly. That the principle for them isn't real. Without outside constraints, principles don't mean anything to them. I don't need outside constraints. I need principles. Sometimes I have them. Sometimes I have them for a month. I know that's a weakness. We can criticize all of that for a longer term, but when I've decided that I'm going to do a thing for X amount of time, I do it. and they laughed about it. Like they just don't get it. I'm wondering, like, how weak are these people? Like, if there was no law preventing rape and murder, would they just rape and murder? Do you really need an outside force?
You know, it's always
to
disturbed me when
restrain
people
your own actions?
when people of a religious mindset says, "Well, if there's no law, if there's no law from God, then people would just murder and rape." I'm like, well, I don't believe in the law from God, and I have no inclination to rape and murder people. Why? So why do you think that, you know, you need a lawgiver in that sense to inform your actions?
Well, okay.
And I know what you'll say. Well, Craig, the gospel's written on your heart, you know, but
The laws within you, okay, and look. You said two things together. I'll tell you, I have a weakness for one of them, and it's not rape.
drink? It's drink, right?
No. You said, like, if there was no law given by God against rape and murder. Okay, I wouldn't rape a person because that would be hurting a person for my benefit and no other reason. But murder, trust me, I am of a particular human frailty where I see the way people behave and I'm like, the world would be better off without you. And if it
Oh,
wasn't
I
for the
mean,
fact
you know, that's the thing. Like,
no,
I'll imagine terrible, terrible things happening to people.
yeah, you imagine.
But I've got no real desire to hurt anybody.
No. I have real desire. And it's like, Jesus, please help me. Please help me not go off that rail because I know I have it within me to do harm. And some, you know, I'm not a fan of the movie The Godfather, right? But there is some line somewhere in one of those Godfather movies. Some people go around the world screaming, "Kill me, kill me." If it wasn't for Jesus, oh, I'd be dead or in jail. Between Jesus and my dad, I have a little bit of self-discipline that keeps me out of that kind of trouble because some people need fucking killing.
Oh yeah, that's to say, I don't believe that. I sure believe that there's people who probably deserve to.
And I believe on an intellectual level, corporal punishment is wrong. But on an emotional level, on an instinctual level, I suffer from those weaknesses, but those are animal weaknesses, and I need Jesus to guide me away from that. Right? We all have emotional weakness. We all have instinctual weakness. These for me are my greatest. That yeah, there's some people I think I'm not a predator per se,
Yeah.
but I'm a nasty scavenger. Like a badger or a honey badger, right? Yeah, maybe I'm not bringing the kill down myself, but do not fucking fuck with me. I'm capable of killing. It's just not my typical MO. You're doing some change offs here.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that my powers don't irradiate auras because they look shitty. All right, now what? Check in on Bravo team. I thought I'd already done that. Oh, I gotta go back to Ricochet. You know what? This is a fun place to play in, but I'll be honest. I think I prefer Paragon City. You know, I mean, he's cool. He's a cool looking character. This what's his name? Kuma Jujujin. What I call him? Hey, I want to look at myself. Don't. Why are you? Why are you snapping back? I want to look at myself. You son of a bitch. What enhancements have I got? Oh, geez, I got a few. Oh, another contact. You know what? I think I'm gonna log out here. It's been fun, but yeah, this ain't my scene, man. This ain't my scene. Good looking character though. This Kuma whatever his name is.
Yeah, I went too off the rails, eh?
Who went off the rails?
I did.
No, you're fine.
I will literally murder a man.
I will. No, morality is about groups. What provides group cohesion? Frank met Brad. Please. Hey, Frank.
No, no, I don't think that's correct at all.
C-Max says, I like being chubby. My boobs are bigger. See, I want bigger boobs, but I want my boobs to be firm and muscular.
Muscular.
It's all round and muscular. That show is creepy, and you're actually a genetic freak. Who's a genetic freak? Twin? Yeah, Twin's kind of a genetic freak.
I wish.
Did Bragg Fed post? I don't know what she's talking about there with the Fed posting. Morality is based on groups. It's about groups. See, that sounds a little bit too subjective to me. I think there is such a thing as an objective morality, and I know that points to the idea of a higher power, but I think it points more to a collective unconscious, subconscious consciousness that that dictates empathy. We have a natural instinct towards empathy for our fellow man, and that
correct.
You don't believe that, but I do.
I don't. I'm not sure we have a natural instinct towards empathy. I think empathy and morality are similar in idea. I gotta pause. I'm in the midst of a fight here.
Go ahead. I'm gonna go on about what I believe morality is predicated on. Let me move my camera down a little bit.
Oh,
so
hold on.
No, you're fighting. Let me speak, and then you can.
No.
You can
I paused the fight. I paused the fight. Let's hear it. I paused the fight so I can hear you. Let's hear you.
Okay. I think we've touched on this before. I don't believe in subjective morality. I don't believe that because a culture says one thing is moral, that in the context of that culture, it is a moral thing. I think there's such a thing as objective morality. Certain things are just wrong. And we know they're wrong because we have a moral intuition. I think that moral intuition is informed culturally. So in that sense, and I don't mean culturally in the individual culture. I mean culturally in the fact that we are cultural beings. Human beings are social beings, and so we naturally develop a culture that is built around a common moral understanding about things. So they're like intertwined, so to speak. We behave morally because it's culturally acceptable to do so, and it's culturally acceptable to behave morally because we all have an innate sense of morality. Does that make any sense?
I think you want it to make more sense than it does.
I'm a little high.
No. you're not reaching. You're feeling very moral and very empathetic, and that's, I think, skewing your judgment.
I think
I
I think that we have a natural inclination towards empathy.
I think that's not correct at all.
Hmm.
We have a natural inclination towards self-defense and towards what you would call compassion. But compassion is actually a weapon that makes me care about one thing and think of everything else as a threat to that, which makes me hate the threat and makes me a weapon and very dangerous to the things I find threatening. That's the nature of it. The empathy, the caring about an individual, that's actually foreign. That's an intellectual endeavor. That
I don't know.
requires higher thought.
I don't know that it does because I think it's instinctive. I think when you see somebody hurting, the part of you hurts for them as well, depending on who it is, of course, right? Like there's some
No,
people that you might loathe and go, I don't care that you're feeling bad. My emotional instinct is to feel bad for you, but you've done such harm to me or whatever. I can't be empathetic towards you. But that is something is that is something that only occurs in specific situations. I think naturally you see a puppy whining and crying, and you feel bad for that puppy whining and crying. You know, you see a little kid crying, and you instinctively feel bad for that little kid crying.
okay, hold on. You see a puppy whining and crying, and you feel compassion for the puppy. You don't feel empathy. Empathy is something different.
No, I think it's empathy because I feel the pain, right? I feel like, oh, I understand that
So,
level of pain. I recognize that level of pain, and I know what it feels like.
so why then in India and Pakistan and Arabia, when they see a puppy whining, they club it to death?
Well, see, now that part might be cultural, but also I think,
No,
um,
it's not cultural. It's
no,
literally built on the same instinct that you're claiming is an instinct.
no, I don't think it is.
Because
I
dogs
think,
in their no 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 because dogs in their world are dangerous. So a whining puppy is actually an easy target to stop from becoming a wild, dangerous animal that will harm them later, and they kill it. That's not empathy. You're talking about compassion, and we all have compassion instinctively. And
what's the
so when
difference?
I'm compassionate to blind children on the streets of India or Pakistan or wider Arabia, I murder a dog because wild dogs will kill children,
Right.
right? So compassion and disgust are the opposite ends of the same thing. Empathy is not the instinct. You're talking
What
about
is the difference between empathy and compassion?
empathy is my ability to put myself in your shoes.
Right.
And when people in India, Pakistan, and wider Arabia see a dog, they don't put themselves in the dog's shoes. They put themselves in the shoes of the child
Right.
and
I
murder a
think
dog.
I think that is where our moral intuition gets skewed, right? So when we have a cultural um, predisposition or a ideological predisposition, we come across we've adopted an ideology, right? I think when we adopt an ideology, a political belief, maybe even a religion or a cultural standard, what you're doing is you're you're muddying your natural instincts to feel. You call it compassion, I call it empathy. You're muddying your ability to do that through your ideology, through your belief system. It
No,
allows you it allows you to suppress your moral instinct because your beliefs have been instructed, you've been instructed to believe a certain thing, and so your moral instincts
No,
are damaged. They're retarded in some sense.
no. I have compassion for Indian children and no empathy for the dog that's going to threaten them. They're not the same thing. They're not interchangeable. I can have no empathy for what I see as a monster that's going to eat children.
Okay, where do we get compassion from? Where does that come from? Well, how does it manifest? And I would say that
Compassion,
I'd say compassion manifests from our innate tendency towards empathy.
no. Compassion is the instinct. Compassion is an instinctive force. Empathy is intellectual. Bear with me. Compassion is instinctive and therefore a weapon. It's a weapon of evolution. I am compassionate towards children. Therefore, I am destructive towards all forces and all things that might threaten them. In India, Pakistan, Araby, these are wild dogs. I have no empathy for wild dogs. You can never, ever convince me, under the conditions which we live in India, Pakistan, Araby, that I should put myself in the shoes of a wild dog that's going to eat children. I'll never care about them.
Hmm.
I instinctively care about human children.
No, I don't. I don't agree. I think that there's a reason why humans and primates in general look upon infant mammals and immediately see cuteness or preciousness in them. And that's because we've evolved to want to protect that. And we've evolved to want to protect that because these creatures, these babies, these infants, they have exaggerated features which drive home the idea that they belong to our in group. So the large eyes, the larger head size average, they're awkward. We see the vulnerability in that, and we naturally instinctively want to protect it. And that's where I think that's where I think empathy comes from. I think it's where our compassion is informed by.
So,
I think it's only when we have been when our natural tendency towards these behaviors or these attitudes or these mental instincts, uh, only when we've managed to let them be minimized, diluted by culture, by ideology, by religion, that we don't we don't adhere to our instincts or
no,
we don't
you
follow our
you
instincts.
you've actually got it backwards.
Hmm.
Um, for all the videos you've seen of a hen sitting on kittens and keeping them warm, and that tiger nursing pig pups. What's the word for
Piglets,
piglets?
piglets. Yeah.
There's 1,000 for every video you see of that. There's 1,000 cases where the rooster murders kittens, where the tiger slaughters pigs. It's incredibly rare. It's the most disgusting and rare thing to develop these videos because they're basically just sending animals to their death
No, I'm not.
999 times to
I'm
get one.
speaking of
Oh, hold
humans,
on, hold
though.
on. No, no, no. You can think just humans, though, but the fact is, even humans don't think this. We are disgusted by rats. We are arm's length with squirrels and raccoons for good reason,
Hmm.
right? They're disease ridden. We don't interact with them, and we shouldn't, because compassion is the instinct, empathy is an intellectual endeavor.
Hmm. Okay, well, maybe it's just a difference in nomenclature.
No,
But I,
no. I'm saying it's a technical difference. You want to have the argument about technical difference versus nomenclature, we can have that. But I think you're idealizing a little bit here.
No, I don't think I'm idealizing. I think we as humans, as evolved primates with evolved brains, naturally developed strategies to make life more, to make our survival, the survival of our genes, more likely.
Sure.
That comes from a certain instinct towards our fellow cave mates, our fellow tribe, right? Even though I know that kid who lives at the other end of the cave is not my kid, he shares enough genetic material with me that it behooves my genes to protect him from harm so that he can go on and pass those genes on in the future.
Maybe.
This is the gene's eye view of why human behavior is the way it is, why we have compassion. So basically it comes down to evolutionarily stable strategies. Working in a group, being empathetic towards your fellow man, these things are evolutionary stable strategies for your genes. Your genes have a better chance of surviving if you work with your fellow pod mates or what have you. And if you can empathize with them, if you can feel their pain on an emotional level, you're more likely to be bonded towards them and more likely to act in a way that is beneficial to their survival, so that ultimately the genes of your group will survive. Your specific genes will survive.
Hold on. Okay. That kid at the end of the cave, with no blood relation to you.
Not well. I mean, probably does something going way back.
No.
But no immediate blood relation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Let's fast forward 1,000,000 years to now.
Yeah.
That kid at the end of the cave is AOC.
Okay.
On an intellectual level, you know that you should be empathetic towards another human being and not wish that human harm.
Right.
Instinctually, on the compassionate level, you know she's your enemy who means to do you harm.
See, I don't know that.
Argument I'm trying to make. That's the differentiation I am trying to convince you of.
Here's the thing. As
she is your enemy, she made herself your enemy by attacking you. You can be empathetic on an intellectual level, but instinctually, you know she's against you. She's trying to do you harm, and you need to defend yourself.
No, I think it's the exact opposite. Here's the thing. I don't agree with AOC. I think she is above her station. She doesn't belong in Congress. She's not smart enough to be there, and the fact that she was elected is embarrassing. However, and I disagree with everything she states, okay? However, if she were giving a public speech somewhere, she was out in the street doing a scrum with journalists or whatever, and somebody lobbed a brick at her head, instinctively I would feel that pain. Yes, I would, because I'm a human being and so is she. Instinctively, I may really think, oh wow, she really pissed somebody off and maybe she deserved that brick in the head. But as soon as I see that brick hit her in the head, I recoil because of the pain that I know that she's suffering at that point. You don't recoil when you see harm come to people?
I do. But the same way I understand why someone would do it.
Yeah, I can understand why a politician might provoke ire, leading to physical violence.
I don't like it. I don't condone it. I wouldn't do it myself. But when someone does it, I have.
That's your instinctive empathy. That's instinctive empathy.
No,
that's not an intellectual exercise. It's you immediately having a visceral response to somebody who's receiving harm.
That's instinctive compassion. Intellectual empathy allows me to think, yeah, I know why that guy did that. Yeah, I wish I had the balls sometimes. That's empathy.
I think you and I are just calling it to like we're
No,
using the opposite terminology.
no. We're trying to define terms, I think.
Yeah.
And
To me, empathy is uh, understanding the feelings and emotions of another person, having a like a connection to their emotional connection, or having an emotional connection to other people.
okay, hold on. Imagine
Right?
there's a person who says, "I hate Craig Bragg. There's
Yeah.
no there's no reason for it, but I want this man to die. I'm not going to kill him. I'm not going to strike him, but I think he deserves death. I hate him and everything." Empathize with that man. Empathize on an intellectual level. Try and understand. Tell me why he's right to feel that way.
I think he does. He's not right to feel that way.
Then you're not empathizing with him. You have to be able to put yourself in his
No, no.
shoes.
I no. Look, hold on, hold
No,
on,
no,
hold on.
no. Empathy is putting yourself in the person's shoes and feeling what they feel. Compassion is giving a shit for no reason. I give a shit about his well-being for no reason. I grab a child out of the jaws of death for no reason. I don't know this child. I don't care. I have no reason other than the child shouldn't die.
Right.
That's not a good reason. That's just the child shouldn't die. That's
It's your
that's
emotion. It's
that's
your
compassion.
emotional instincts.
That's no. It's a compassionate instinct. It's not necessarily emotion,
Okay.
and it is very, very much not intellectual.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Empathy.
I don't believe that empathy is intellectual. I believe
No,
empathy is
no.
instinctual.
Compassion is not intellectual
Okay.
because if I pull the child from the jaws of death, if things go worse, I will now start kicking. This is violence. This is all instinct. There's no intellectual thought involved. It's all a series of fight or flight, self-defense. Empathy, I'm arguing, is more thoughtful. It's a
Hmm.
level above that. There's a difference between compassion and empathy.
I
I
don't know that
do,
I don't know that I agree, Twin. I
Craig,
know
I
you.
care
We
about
could probably go
you.
back and forth about this all night.
No, no, no.
Here's the thing: when I was talking about having empathy for somebody who like AOC getting the brick to the head, right? And I immediately recoil from the pain because I empathize with her on how what the pain. So it's not just feeling their emotions that are good. So if somebody's ranting and raving about a certain person, let's say they're ranting and raving about me, while I might want to like avoid their contact being in contact with them because they're clearly angry about me. Let's say it's not me because that's a little bit a biased situation. But somebody's angry about something, I can empathize. I can understand that anger because I've been that angry myself. So that to me is instinctive. That's not an intellectual pursuit. That's just something you see somebody ranting and raving, you immediately know, okay, I understand. I have a connection to their emotional state because I've experienced it myself. That to me is empathy.
And I keep trying to tell you these are two different things. They're two
Okay.
levels of something fairly similar, but not the same. It's the reason that I have compassion for the concept of the human race. I don't know all people. I don't care about each individual person. I don't know them. I don't give a shit. But I'd like for people to continue to exist in general. But you, Craig, I've met, I've with whom I've interacted, I want good things for you specifically. On an intellectual level, on an individual level, I've decided you're fairly good and I'd like to see you thrive, my friend. That's the difference between compassion for the whole general idea instinctually and empathy for a particular individual, intellectually, I think this guy should do well, and I think the world would be better with him in it. I don't think the world would be better with humans in them. It might not be. It might be worse for all I fucking know.
Well, I think it
But
depends
as
on what you
long
mean
as
by.
you're around, I think we have a shot. And
I think it
that's an
depends on what you mean by
intellectual
the
endeavor.
world,
A
right?
difference
You
between
say
compassion and empathy. I empathize with you. I have compassion for the human condition.
okay. I'm gonna ask Pi. Uh, I'm assuming you'll be able to hear this.
Hit us.
Hey Pi, what's the difference between compassion and
That's a
empathy?
great question, Craig. While empathy and compassion are closely related, there's a subtle yet significant difference between them. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the emotions of others. When you empathize with someone, you put yourself in their shoes and feel what they are feeling. Empathy is an emotional response, often a mirroring of the emotions of others. Compassion, on the other hand, is a step further. It involves not only understanding and sharing the emotions of others, but also having a desire to help alleviate their suffering. Compassion is an
Wrong.
emotional response plus a sense of caring and a desire to help. In
Wrong.
essence, empathy
She's
is about
back.
understanding, while compassion is about understanding and wanting to help.
No, she's ass backwards on this. Oh my
Okay, well,
god.
it's
She's
an AI, right? An AI, and it's aggregating data it's got from the internet and other responses. So this is how it's coming to that conclusion and making this statement. I don't know if
no.
it's right or wrong. I don't think it really matters. I think
Compassion.
we're getting into the weeds a little bit too much. I think at the day, at the end of the day, you and I both are decent people who care about our fellow man. And
No.
whether it's because of no, I think we are. I think whether it's because we have an instinctive desire to
Oh,
see our fellow man prosper, or because we have an intellectual pursuit to try and be more moral, doesn't matter to me.
you know what though? If we had metrics, I would say that you are 60 to 70% compassion,
Okay.
30% empathetic. And I am 60 to 70% empathetic and only like 30% compassion. Right. I truly believe without the intervention of the elites, if we had some kind of like vast fucking disease or a zombie apocalypse, humans would be better off. I lack that compassion, but I have the empathy to think guys like you should be around. I hope we link up in the zombie apocalypse and slice our way through and make a way for
You're
ourselves.
very welcome, Craig. Empathy and compassion are powerful tools in building strong relationships, promoting understanding, and making the world a better place. It's wonderful that you're
No,
interested in exploring and understanding these
no,
concepts.
no. Empathy and compassion do not necessarily make the world a better place.
No,
That's what a horrifying
this
misconception.
pie, this AI is always silver linings. Like you'll find if you interact with it and talk about a little bit more heady issues, it's always going to say, "Hey, you know what? This is a great thing, and
Like
we've got to,
I mean,
we've got to hope for the future." And it's very, very uh, uh, um, optimistic, shall we say? And we got
I mean,
somebody from Twitch here. Blue Lives Matter 8864 says hello. Hello, Blue Lives Matter 8864. Welcome to the discussion. We were playing some City Heroes earlier, and I got a little bit bored with it, and now we're just talking about the human condition.
we got a
Uh,
little deep here. We
that's okay. Um, here's the thing. I hear this from people a lot. It's a trope who say, "Oh, the world would be better off without X or without people or whatever." I'm like,
yeah.
in what sense? And what do you mean by the world? And for whose benefit? If you say the world would be a better place without humans, how would you know? You're not around. How could you say such a thing? It's a stupid nonsense uh,
Well, what was
phrase.
that thing about Watchmen, right? That Nuke Boy, what's his name?
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan goes to Mars and makes some clock and is like,
Yep.
how would all this be greatly improved by you know, a shopping mall or a pipeline? He's not exactly wrong, but also he's completely unempathetic.
Because he's
He's
alien.
100% compassionate to the concept of the universe in general,
Right.
but he has no empathy for any individual thing. He's so far beyond that, he does
Right.
not grasp it. On an
He's an
intellectual level, he's actually escaped individuality.
yeah, he's an alien intellect. That's why,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
but we're not.
But
We're not. So
but on his pure compassion, he would not inflict life on a planet like Mars because that's how he sees it, right?
yeah.
Because that's instinctual. That's the instinct. That's actually the giveaway for him in the movie is that he is still very much alive and a human. That he's an instinctual creature who has compassion
Well,
for
yeah,
fucking dirt. Right? You can have compassion for anything.
but you got to think about the
Instinctually.
you got to think about the character why he views everything that way is because he's unstuck in time. Do you ever read Slaughterhouse
Yeah.
5? He's unstuck in time, meaning he's experiencing all time simultaneously. So he remembers his time before he became Dr.
And
Manhattan.
that's why he loses all empathy. He cannot connect to a person on an
Right.
intellectual level. He can only connect to things instinctually.
I don't know.
He
See, I
has
think it's the reverse. I think he can't
no,
connect on an emotional level because he's sort of bypassed emotions at this point because everything is just broad data to him because he's experiencing all of his
sure.
life
Whoa,
at the same time. So it's like
whoa,
he's
whoa, whoa, whoa. You made a non sequitur. You separated emotions from intellect.
I view like the thing is an emotional response is different from an intellectual response, right?
But
I think that's what I'm driving at.
he has no response. He has only a material response.
No, he has reflections on he has ideas about things he's witnessed and what's happened to him in recent times and how things might have been different if things had gone differently in the past. So he reflects on an intellectual level, but he doesn't connect with emotionally
No, no. He tries, but it doesn't work, and
because he's an alien
none of it matters.
because he's an alien intellect.
He has no connection anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will always have that connection.
You and
Hopefully,
me?
my friend, you and I will be
You
friends
and me?
forever, no homo.
You're
Uh,
gay. It's all good, brother.
but I'm not your friend instinctually.
No.
I'm not your friend because I'm an animal who cares about other animals.
No.
I'm your friend because we reached out, we made bonds, and now on an intellectual level, I'm down with this guy. I can disagree with you on this
Yeah.
forever. We
Yeah.
can be mad about it if we want.
Right.
And I will not stop intellectually giving you the value that I think you deserve.
Well, I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
I have a intuition. I suspect that if I'm walking down Parliament Hill wearing tights and some ne'er-do-well throws a brick at my head, you're going to go, ooh, and feel it yourself to a degree.
If you find yourself in that situation, I'm going to stick my head out and it's going to be my head.
You're going to block the
how
brick?
I'll do what I can to block that brick. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I'd take a brick in the head for you too. Oh shit. That's the goal, right? I got to get to a point where when I put the tights on July 1st, I actually look super heroic.
Push harder, push more weight. What's this thing under your name? Creatine doesn't work for you? What are you talking about?
It doesn't
Let's
work for
talk
me.
about that.
I've tried using creatine before. So about 20 to 30% of people who take creatine have no response at all. It doesn't help them in any degree.
I question the studies. What are your results?
I don't notice an increase in muscle mass. I don't notice an increase in strength when I'm on creatine. I've
Can
taken
you tell me your dosage and time frame?
5 milligrams a day every day for like over a month, well over a month.
What's well over a month? 6 weeks?
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks.
Uh,
Shouldn't take long to reach like maximum saturation. If you're taking 5 milligrams a day, you should have maximum saturation within 2 weeks, according to the
okay.
studies.
I know creatine is touch and go, but it also is how hard are you pushing, guy? And
Well, that's true too. But you would think I would notice if it was helping with strength during workouts, I would notice that it was easier to push. So that's my thought, but I don't know.
one of the things, like, I don't do the creatine or the, but also I'm a little bit. I've got more history with athleticism than you.
Yeah.
Uh, but if you want to do creatine, for a person just getting involved, you probably have to do 3 to 5 times for 7+ days,
Yeah, maybe.
and then go the next 3, 4, 5 weeks and see what happens with
Hello,
your
hello,
the
Jesus Save
normal.
777. Welcome to the discussion. We're about to wrap it up, I think. What do you think?
It's up to you.
We're after
I'm
midnight.
shit if you want to call it. I'm good, but I'll keep rapping. I'm in the mood.
We can keep talking if you want. Yeah, I mean, right now, as far as supplements go, I'm doing my regular, vitamins and that sort of stuff. But I'm taking a nitric oxide booster and I'm taking an amino acid complex. So that's supposed to be helping a little bit. And I find that I do feel more blood flow when I take my magic potion pre and during workout. So
And creatine doesn't add to that, but you didn't stack it. You didn't go for
I didn't put all three in the drink. No, right now I'm just using the
but you
nitric
also
oxide
didn't do like three to
and
five
amino
times.
acids.
But you didn't do the 3 to 5 times creatine for 5 to 7 days and then level out.
No, I didn't do a loading
Yeah,
phase. Yeah, no, I didn't
yeah.
do a loading
Like,
phase.
so if you want to load with creatine, yeah, 4, 5, 6 weeks. If you're just doing the normal amount, that's 4, 5, 6 weeks. Because creatine doesn't do a lot. Like, I don't know what people expect from their supplements. If it's not SARMs or Anavar or proper Tren, like,
Yeah.
you're not going to get a lot.
Have you heard
But
about Tonkat Ali? So
no,
apparently it's this root that grows in, I want to say, Indonesia or Malaysia or some shit. Anyway, what it does is it helps boost testosterone production. So it's
so
not you're not injecting testosterone. It helps your body naturally
sure.
produce more testosterone. So now the apparently the effects are minimal compared to actually testosterone replacement therapy, but uh, they it does have an effect. Not only does it help with building muscle, but it's a nootropic, and apparently it helps people focus and it gives them energy and the whole bit, and it changes their attitude. So it's almost like you're taking testosterone replacement therapy, but it's much more subdued. And my understanding is you become inured to it over a while. So if you take it for a month and a half, 2 months, you might notice that you're not feeling the same effects of it anymore. So you're supposed to basically
Right.
go off it for a couple months and then go back on it. So
I'm
I
gonna
haven't tried it
go.
yet, but I'm kind of interested. There's another one
Don't,
called something agrestis, which I think a lot of people take them together.
Craig,
Fastidius agrestis? Yeah.
my man. Do you trust me?
No. You're a drunk
Good,
and a reprobate.
good,
Yeah, no, what's up? What are you
good,
saying?
good. Don't trust me. Don't take that shit. Don't spend
Don't
money
take
on that
Tonkat
shit.
Ali?
Don't spend money on that shit.
Nah, if I'm gonna spend money on something that's supposed to boost testosterone, I'll probably just spend money on steroids. But I don't want to do steroids.
You don't need to spend money on things that are gonna boost your test. Spend money on things that are gonna depress your estrogen. That's called broccoli and spinach.
That's what I'm eating nowadays.
My man.
Broccoli.
So
Broccoli,
you're
broccoli,
already ahead
broccoli.
of the game. I think the problem you're having is you're not pushing as hard as you can.
Maybe. Maybe.
Push harder. Lift bigger weights. I think that's what you want as your goal. And so you've seen your own sets.
Yep.
You know you can lift more weight. It won't be
Mhm.
pretty. It won't
That's the
be.
thing.
It won't.
I don't want to lift. I don't want to go so high that either I can't lift it or when I try and lift it, I injure myself because I'm doing it wrong.
No, you won't injure yourself because you're not an ego lifter. But what you'll do is you'll lift this weight that you'll grab it, and let's say it's pull day, and you put your chest on the bench and you'll pull up your elbows and you'll be like, oh shit, that hurts as fuck. And you'll pull a second time and be like, if I do another, that might hurt me. But your concentric, your negative
Eccentric.
release, concentric, yeah. You'll know that you controlled it on the way down.
Yeah.
And that's where you make gains, right? People don't realize this. That's why they do those workshops about pull-ups.
Yeah.
Pull yourself up and slowly release yourself down. You get a spot up and drag it as hard as you can because you can hold that weight declining.
I got to do weight assisted pull ups. I can't do pull ups. I can't pull up my own body weight on my own. What do you
Not
want?
yet.
Not yet. Look, there's my cat.
Right.
Say hello, cat.
Hey, Mac.
Ow! Don't bite me, you little shit. So vicious.
Jesus save 777.
Good
Don't
night.
spam the chat, you fucking asshole.
He just said hello. A good night, boys. I work in the morning. Good night, C-Mac. Have a good night's sleep and have fun
Good
at
night,
work
Mac.
tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll see.
Hey!
Right. Sorry I
Stop.
called you a woman.
Because she's a woman. Nah, she appreciates our humor, I think.
Yeah, she's a great gal.
Folks, I think I'm going to call it here. We're going on for 2.5 hours now. It's been a great discussion. I've had a lot of fun playing games. Yeah. And there's lots of interactions in the chat, which I really, really like. So I appreciate you all coming out, watching the live stream tomorrow night on Irving Twins channel. There'll be Casual AF,
Yes, sir.
the casual gaming stream where we may or may not play a game. So it'll be a good time. Stop biting me, this cat. He becomes very pet aggressive. You pet him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, now I'm gonna bite you in the face." Yeah, he's crazy. Anyway, folks, again, thank you very much. See you tomorrow night a Twins channel, 10 p.m. Eastern time. For you folks who are watching us here on Twitch, I hope you stick around. I hope you subscribe and follow me on YouTube and X and all that sort of stuff. Anything else, Mr. Finn, you want to say?
That's all of it. Just push hard, eat big, sleep a lot. You know.
Sounds good. And hail
Hail Sigmar.
There you go. Good night, folks.
Hey, everyone.